Hello everyone, I want to draw your attention to Syria. While the media keeps us distracted with one after the other scandal in Hollywood and Washington, a war against and in Syria has been in the works for a long time and is about to materialize. Syria is a powder keg ready to explode. Let's rewind a bit and look at what happened already in 2016 under the radar of most media. A large shipment of military equipment was shipped from the US towards Bremerhaven in northern Germany. The vehicles were painted in desert camouflage and were said to be for war games in Eastern Europe, and that they would be painted in the right colors on arrival. Quite nonsensical explanation. In any case, the vehicles were transported by train indeed to the Eastern European border, but all the way down to Bulgaria. There it was loaded into two ships, one of which sailed to southern Jordan, from where it was brought to the southern border of Syria. And one was brought to Beirut, Lebanon, from where it was brought to the western border of Syria. Mind you that this has all started in 2016 under the Obama administration and has continued under Trump. The military equipment reached its destination in March and April of this year 2017 and sits there waiting to be used. The US is not planning to leave and is hell-bent on having a war. Last week they announced that they would even go to war without consent of the United Nations. Without the incentive of the threat of ISIS, this is the next step. And just a few days ago, a massive convoy of Turkey's military rolled into eastern Syria. Iran has now already 13 bases in Syria and tens of thousands of troops. Foreign Minister of Russia Sergei Lavrov has just stated that this Iranian presence is legitimate. At the same time, Israel is not pleased with Iranian presence just over 30 miles from their border. They have already fired on several targets inside Syria. The events in Saudi Arabia are connected with Israel, Lebanon and the build-up of alliances for the war that is in the making. Why is all of this so relevant? Because it is prophecy unfolding. Just look at what Scripture tells us. Concerning Damascus, Hamath is confounded, and Arpad, for they have heard evil tidings. They are faint-hearted. There is sorrow on the sea, it cannot be quiet. Damascus is waxed feeble, and turneth herself to flee. And fear hath seized on her, anguish and sorrows have taken her as a woman in travail. How is the city of praise not left, the city of my joy? And therefore her young men shall fall in her streets, and all the men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord of hosts. And I will kindle a fire in the wall of Damascus, and it shall consume the palaces of Ben-Hadad. How true has this become the past few years, but it's not over yet. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Damascus, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they have threshed Gilead with the threshing instruments of iron. I will send a fire into the house of Hazael, which shall devour the palaces of Ben-Hadad. I will break also the bar of Damascus, and cut off the inhabitants from the plain of Avon, and him that holdeth the scepter from the house of Eden. And the people of Syria shall go into captivity, into Kir, saith the Lord. The climax of this pending conflict will be the total destruction of the city of Damascus, one of the oldest cities in the world, and it will happen overnight. The burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus is taken away from being a city, and it shall be a ruinous heap. And behold, at eventide trouble, and before the morning he is not. This is the portion of them that spoil us, and the lot of them that rob us. Only a weapon of mass destruction can do that. And we can clearly see that the main players of that other future war, known as the Gog-Magog war, as described in Ezekiel 38 and 39, are taking their positions: Russia, Iran, and Turkey. Keep your eyes on Syria, it will come to pass. But above all, lift up your eyes, because our redemption draws near.